Hello, ladies. Today we are going to learn about the art of shutting up. Welcome to another video, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you end up liking what I'm about to say in this video, and check out my other videos on the channel, as I'm always on here yapping and giving y'all little tiddlywinks of advice. Today, I really wanted to talk about oversharing. Now, I used to be a really big oversharer, and I think I stopped this when I got ironically enough, when I was with my ex-boyfriend, I think I stopped oversharing quite a bit because I was so embarrassed of the situations I was in. So I just stopped sharing that aspect of my life, which that's actually kind of toxic. But that to say, I do think that not oversharing can bleed into positive aspects of your life, because there are some people who you ask them, how are you today? And they go, oh my God, my boyfriend cheated on me today, and this and that, and this and that, and this and that. And you're like, oh, okay. And you don't know what to do with the information. And if you are that kind of oversharer, I'm gonna kind of talk about why we need to avoid being that kind of oversharer and what we can do instead to circumvent that. So, why we need to stop oversharing. First of all, you can make people feel very uncomfortable by oversharing. And I understand that people overshare and kind of try to people please because they feel like, it's gonna make this person feel closer to me. It's gonna make me seem open. It's gonna make me seem like someone that they can trust. And it's gonna make me seem like I trust them with this information. But when you are not that close to someone and you're sharing this type of information with them, they feel unsafe because why are you telling me this? And it's not special because you don't even know me and you're telling me this. So of course you're telling everyone this, right? So really, when you are oversharing, especially sensitive information about yourself, on a dime, without trigger, without warning, it can really make people feel uncomfortable and put them in a position where they don't know how to respond to you because they don't know you well enough to respond to your situation. They can say like some generic stuff like, maybe try this or do that. But in their head, just alarm bells going off like, oh my goodness, like, why is this person telling me all this information about themselves? And you think that it's gonna make you closer to that person, but it really just drives them away because of how uncomfortable they feel. And this is not to say that if you are struggling to not talk to someone, it's one thing to talk to someone about how you feel, and then it's another thing to just be sharing random, incredibly sensitive and personal anecdotes and stories to people. Another thing that oversharing can do is block you from opportunities. So sometimes when you overshare, it can speak to your character, whether you still have that character that you were describing in your oversharing rant. It can give off vibes, right? And it could block you if word of mouth gets around about your situations, from opportunities, from promotions, from connections with people who could help you, from just friendship. You never know. And to add on to that, there are going to be some people who, despite your intentions of sharing and of being open, will see all this information that you're spilling and decide to use it against you in terms of blocking your opportunities. Some people will be preying on your downfall, and some people will be blocking your blessings. Another thing that oversharing causes is for our stories and our lives to become misconstrued. People will make assumptions about you and will misconstrue your life. It's important to not overshare because people will be interpreting your life the way they want to interpret it based on how their life goes and based on their experience and etc., etc. Even though you are in the moment struggling with XYZ, people won't always see it that way. They will misconstrue not only your story, but your direct words. Eventually, a broken game of telephone will turn your words into some amalgamation that you don't recognize, and it's going to be really hard to defend your character at that point because so many people have been passing around your information. Another reason that oversharing is so dangerous and bad for you is that people who are users will break your boundaries, right? If you are so willing to share information with someone who wants to use you will have more access to your sensitivities, to your triggers, etc. They will also feel a lot more comfortable breaking your boundaries because clearly you don't have boundaries with yourself. Clearly you're willing to share intimate details about yourself at the drop of a hat. So why would anybody feel uncomfortable in approaching you in an inappropriate way? Not that it's okay that they do that. It is inappropriate still. But when you are an oversharer, you open the door to people feeling comfortable because they feel like, I'm not being inappropriate. This is just how we talk. You talk about this stuff about yourself. We're talking together now. But you might not actually want to talk about their intimate details and your intimate details, and they want to know even more about you. Maybe you had a certain point at which you decided to stop oversharing. But when you overshare from A to X, people want to get YZ. You know, they want to get deeper into the thing. Another reason why oversharing is not good is that it doesn't actually help you connect. Like I mentioned in my first point, that it makes you feel uncomfortable, it doesn't actually help you connect. Notice the next time you overshare, notice that the other person is not engaging with you really. They may be nodding, they may be giving very blanket statements because they are not connecting with you. You are spouting out the mouth and they're not connecting with you because they don't feel connection with what you are talking about because they don't know you. They're not your friend. They're not your friend. I'm not saying to not overshare with your friends. Overshare as much as you want. And if you feel like your friends are against you, then they're not your friends, right? Like if you were to share anything with a true friend, it shouldn't even be an issue. Like oversharing is not even a concept there. Like I could tell my best friend that I have XYZ on my what, and you know, she would be like, oh my God. Please take into consideration that you are not connecting with people. You are trying to, you're grasping at them. It's like you're clawing at them with all your information and they are slowly backing away. Now that I've talked about why oversharing is no good for you, what can we do instead? So like I just mentioned, talk to friends, please. Don't talk to random people at work, at the park, at school, etc. People you just take classes with, you don't see that often, about your most intimate life details. No. And your childhood traumas and stuff like that. Like, please, keep that to the besties. Keep it to the besties and your therapist if you're lucky enough to have one, right? And as well, please get into journaling. Get into journaling. Journaling has been revolutionary for me. If I did not have journaling, I would go crazy. I've been journaling since I was 12 years old. Journaling has transformed me and been able to guide me and put my emotions on paper so that I can cope with them myself. Because I think a lot of times when we overshare, we're looking for comfort, right? But people that we don't know and are not our besties do not want to give us that comfort. They don't know how to give us that comfort. They may try their best, or if they are a less nice person, they might not try at all. And they might actually use the information as poison against you. So please start journaling. I have a video on my channel about 5 different types of journaling that you can get into, so make sure you watch that. I also want you to practice listening to others and responding to others, because a lot of people who overshare are not listening to other people when they speak. They are itching and scratching to share about themselves. So you're talking to them and they're not even responding directly to what you just said. They just find a way to turn the conversation back to whatever point they wanted to share about in the first place. And you keep going into that loop, and people do not want to talk to you at that point, right? Because you don't talk to them, you talk at them about yourself. And nobody wants to talk to a person like that. I hope that you found this video kind of helpful, and that in the year 2026, we stop oversharing, we move in silence, we get our work done, we get our money, we get everything that we ever desired. We work on our businesses. And yeah, I'm really grateful for you watching this video. Thank you so much. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you found anything in this video helpful. You know, I do tend to take a tone where I feel very harsh, but I promise you, I'm a big softie, you know? I just want us to focus. I want us to lock in. So I'm gonna be your internet big sis, your internet bestie, and I'm gonna be real with ya. Anyways, thanks again. Love ya.